8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good night, drag racing fan. Monday Morning Racer here, the traveling Monday Morning Racer. This is, we're going to say it, drag racing's night show. We're going to mark it as that. It is that. We're going to be talking drag racing. We got two great guests on later on the night. Justin Ashley, winner, Top Fuel, Fall Nationals, and Camrie Caruso, which made a huge announcement in the NHRA Pro Stock world at the Texas Motorplex's Stampede of Speed. I am not your only host, though. My co-host, Slammin' Sam, he's here along with me, and we're looking forward to an absolutely great show. Sam, you out there?
What a barn burner. That's all I'm going to say. Texas did it Texas style. What a barn burner. I mean, everything you could imagine in drag racing happening, they did it. We had a concert, or I shouldn't say we because I didn't get to go, but a concert. There was a rodeo. There was night racing. There was horses, cows, fire, pyro. In the words of Wes Buck, and I'm going to use this, and as he would say, man, I'm getting goosebumps already talking about this. This is how God intended drag racing to look. Period. I mean, what other race do you get a week-long celebration of racing? Just period. Like, I mean, that much. State fair style of racing. So much to talk about, Lee. People are already in the comment. I mean, movie night. I missed that. Movie night.
That was cool. It was, look, sure, some folks can make the complaints that there were not stellar crowds at some of these events. Sure, I think that is valid. Woo, excuse me. Oh man, traveling,
Lee,
sinus.
You must be allergic to BS too.
Yeah, right. I must be allergic to that as well. So, let me tell you, man. Look, people can make an argument. Hey, some of these were not well attended, and here's the deal. Maybe that's the case that they weren't well attended. But what the Texas Motorplex did is this week lay a foundation for people to go, oh, I should have been there, because it was a great event. Monday night, the Nitro Sideshow put on by Scott Palmer and Texas Motorplex with Nitro Harleys and the Top Fuel Pro Mods and Nostalgia Funny Cars and the $140,000 grudge race that outshadowed the other two $10,000 grudge races with door slammers. That was a great show. It was a great show on Tuesday night for the $25,000 shootout. It was great to have that movie night in downtown Waxahachie, and they've got a great place to do it. And I was told, because I've never actually been to a fan fest before, but most of the time the fan fests are like 10 drivers. Well, at the fan fest that the Texas Motorplex put on for the Stampede of Speed at downtown Waxahachie, we're talking like 34 drivers and riders were there. I mean, you had every class represented. You have the biggest names there all at one time. John Force, Brittany Force, Erica Enders, Ron Capps, Antron Brown, Justin Ashley, Joe Morrison was there. Jim Campbell was there. Steve Johnson was there. Flying Ryan Ayler was there. You had, it seemed like the whole entire field, no matter what class it was, represented at that fan fest. And from what I understand, it was the biggest one that a lot had ever seen. And I'm getting that word from crew members who've attended those type of events. So, yeah, the Texas Motorplex did it right. And Sam, let me say this. For the people complaining about Friday night, the Texas Motorplex is taking that at heart, and I can assure you that the Texas Motorplex is going to handle the complaints, and things will be set in order. And I expect Stampede of Speed 2022 to build upon the great success that 2021 was.
Oh, for sure, Lee. And it's funny, like, I'm kind of, I'm doing all the keyboard work today because you're on the road, and I'm looking at some of these comments, and it's just like, there's so much good stuff to talk about, but right away, everyone wants to talk about the drama. So, like, right here, I stand. Friday night was brutal. It was, but guess what? It happened.
Yeah,
it was.
Racing. It happened.
Like, and I get it. You pay your money, you get a ticket, but you're not complaining if you go to the football game. And here we go. I'm going to get on my soapbox early tonight and get it over with. You're not complaining if you go to the football game and it rains and you have a 15-minute delay. No one's complaining about that. It happened the other night, right? 2 teams in the locker room, half an hour. You're not complaining about that. But yet we always seem to find the small stuff. And Stan, I'm not picking on you particularly, but this happened to be the comment I landed on. Here we go. They heard there was a wrestling match. Maybe there was. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe there's some scoop.
Well,
maybe there's some dirt.
No, this was not a wrestling match. Wrestling matches, people go back to the locker rooms and like they hang out and they're tight. No, this was a brawl, apparently. I did not see it, but I do know some folks who saw it firsthand, and interesting. Apparently Top Fuel crew, Pro Stock crew, over a golf cart. And I don't know all the details. Maybe you can fill in by information you've got, Sam, but yeah, it did go down in the pits. It got hashed out. It did get hashed out, and I think things are okay. But hey, it's championship time, baby. People are amped up. Like, don't even move my golf cart.
Lee, it don't matter. You want to know why? It ain't my business. I may know, I may not know, but still, we're not here to have a rumor-filled show. That's not what we're here for. And if you want the dirt, the gossip, the rumor mill, maybe we should create another show just to gossip about. But no, there's so much.
There's enough to do that.
I mean, here you go, right here. Great. See, it's within the bad comes the good. Great stats from everyone. Lee, this is what I'm gonna start the show with. This, Lee. I gave predictions last week on my picks, or my final round, I should say. All I'm saying is I think I'm going to Vegas real soon because your man is hot. I'm 3 for 5, baby. 3, 4, 5. That's all I'm saying. 3 for 5. That's good odds.
But you're picking final rounds. You're not manning up and picking a driver. A driver.
Hey. Picking is picking, baby. It don't matter what you're picking. I'm picking. And I'm saying 50-50 shot, 3 for 5, take me to the bank. All right,
yes,
Mike Ashley, congratulations.
3 to 5.
Oh, here we go. See, this is why we agree to disagree, and I love it. Let's see right here. Mike Ashley, try to remember the attendance of these days. Wasn't online, viewers watching TV, they're so basically what Mike is saying is that, yes, we can compare apples to oranges. And I don't think. I know from what I saw, from talking to you, from talking to Wes, Al Tucci, Elon, everyone else, this was the event to be at, period, from everything. Oh, yeah. Lee, I told you this the other day, but on last week's show, I gave a shout out to a person, Mr. Coffey Anderson, who sang the national anthem, and he reached out. So he may come on at some point to talk about his experience at a drag race. So I think that's pretty cool. We're reaching out and having a different audience come on to the show and speak drag race and having more people come on. So I think that's really cool.
Sam, what I love about this past week is you have the Texas Motorplex embrace everything that Texas is. And I don't want to say that just Texas is great, but I love it when tracks within their region know who they are and they express that. Like, this was the Texas Stampede of speed, and you had the slick with the bullhorns on it. Like, I love the Gator Nationals with the little gator and the tires, and the lobster up in New England. Like, look, I wish all these tracks just dive in on your regional outlook and make your show unique along the national event tour. I think that's important. I think that's what the Texas Motorplex did, is they heightened who they were. They made it apparent. They made it a bit more of a show. There's nothing wrong with that. We do got to remember this is entertainment. It's a sport, but all sport is entertainment.
I agree with you, Lee. Seeing, people from the Ashes crew, I have them on Snapchat, text message, everything. Seeing those, okay, like I said, I know Texas did it right. And another thing I agree with was not only did not only did they get the trophy, they got the bull, but then the hats. That's unique to Texas. You got an American-made cowboy hat, but not just a cowboy hat that says Camping World. On the side of that hat, they took a brand and branded, Texas Motorplex Speed, Stampede Speed logo, just like the one on your hat, onto that hat. It doesn't matter where you ever wear that hat. It is unique to that event.
Right.
And like you said, branding is everything. You can't tell me some little kid 10 years from now is going to look at that logo and be like, what's that? Anybody that sees that logo now knows exactly what that event revolves around. It's just like seeing nitrous, branding is everything. So like you said, I mean, you got to do it.
Let me put it this way, Sam. The first year I was out on tour, I got an event hat and a pin from every national event that I went to. Let's go further down the road. 2 years now. I don't bother getting a pin at every race. I don't bother getting a national event hat at every race unless it is like the 20th or 25th or 30th or 35th. You're hitting those major anniversary marks. But I've got my Stampede of Speed hat. I was going to have something to say that I was at the first. That's beyond the body of content that I'll have on my own YouTube channel, the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. So, yes, it was special, and it was special because they made it special. I think one of the problems that we've got right now with NHRA Camping World drag racing at the national event level is some people are like, it's the national event. Just wait. I know we say national event, but possibly we need to remember what is actually in fact happening. The premier level of drag racing is having an event. And if that is taking place in Epping, or if it's taking place down in Texas, if it's taking place in California, or if it's taking place in Florida, the entire world is looking at NHRA drag racing because it's the top, whether we like it or not. And we need to remember that, and we ought to celebrate it that way. So, yeah, I don't know what Topeka, Kansas can do because, flat land doesn't make much of a logo, but they need to figure something out. Somebody get it going over there. Get the branding out.
Yeah, I mean, we can continue to talk about all this and, what is, what wasn't, what could be. But I just think Billy and his family, the Meyer family, did a phenomenal job. Elin Warner. I mean, they put together a show that is very, very, monumental. It made its purpose. It made a statement. And I think you've got a lot more places looking to say, okay, why are we not doing this? Better yet, how do we do this? So I'm excited about it. The extra purse money that was given out, I think that was very unique. I love
Joe Costello. During an oil down, we're waiting. He goes and talks to the drivers, and he talks to Krista. He's like, hey, what about $1,000 on this run against Joe Morrison in qualifying? Man, I love that. That needs to be happening. That needs to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? I mean, maybe it is just $500. Maybe it's just $20. I don't care. Maybe it's a meal down at the local burger joint is on the line for the teams or something. I don't know. But when there's those
Oh, yeah.
moments, give Joe that liberty to go do that, or give Alan the liberty to do that, or give the liberty for a media person like myself. Say, I got $1,000 on this guy. Who's with me? I mean, why not? That's fun.
Oh, it interacts with the fans and gets everyone excited. And I did not mean to leave out Andy Carter and what he does. I think he needs his own, thank you, because he's bringing a whole new dynamic to drag racing. And if there's a place for him to go out and help other tracks reach this goal or bring some of his resources in the different areas, I really think that's a phenomenal thing to do. But Lee, like I said, we can go on and on about the good. We can go on and on about the bad. But I think that there's so much to continue to talk about. But I do know we have someone else in the waiting room. That is our pit insider, Mr. Jeff Arin. So we will go to the best commercial that we have on here is Competition Plus Apparel. If you guys haven't got your swag yet, please go and get it.
Get your CompetitionPlus.com apparel today. Whether it's our nitro-burning funny car design or the vibrant door slammer design, we have the swag to show you are always in the know. Get yourself a hat too. And we know not everyone enjoys wearing a mask, but if you must wear one, at least wear a good-looking one. Check out the new CompetitionPlusApparel.com for the latest from the place where you have trusted for your news on the internet for over 2 decades.
The jeweler.
Jeff,
Hey,
you're in a car too.
Woohoo!
Hey, Jeff, I am so thankful to be alive after Monday.
Oh, no kidding. That was awesome. We can get to that in a minute because that was cool as hell, but
Congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations.
thanks. Yeah, it was a good time. I obviously was racing this weekend, so I don't have a bunch of stuff about the race itself other than what we did. So Dexter Tuttle decided to build a Nitro funny car for his brother Bad Brad Tuttle, back the Nitro Bandit. And long story short, it's a brand new car, never been down the track. Got it all together on Wednesday, made a little squirt on Wednesday night. And then we ran the car on Friday. Actually qualified with a 418. It was just a half track run. We've kind of fought some fuel system issues all weekend, got them figured out Sunday night. Then we got Bad Brad Tuttle in the car, and he ended up running a 412 at 304 miles an hour. But he almost took out the pigeons, almost took out Lee on the starting line. So it was kind of funny. He showed me the video. I couldn't believe it. And then from testing also, Travis Shoemake was there driving Dell's car. He took him a few runs to get good at it, but he ended up running a 4 flat at 319 miles an hour, which was pretty impressive. So Del Worsham is definitely the guy to go to if you want to try and get a license in a Nitro funny car or a top fuel car. It's got a safe, good combination there. Great guys working on it, and obviously a very fast car.
Man, you ought to, like, I think this guy was jittery all week because he didn't have enough Coors Light or something. And he was, before, no, he was cool. He was cool getting in the car. I've got to send the team and him and put it all together. And I'm still going to get that done, Jeff, a little narrated video of your weekend. But no, look, it was awesome to see that car, which was a showstopper back in the day, back out. And it looked so similar to the old car. It just such a cool move. And yeah, Sam, what he's talking about, I've got footage of it. It'd be later out on my channel from testing. And really the only people testing were Mr. Tuttle and Mr. Shoemake. And then Alex Laughlin made one hit. So it's like funny car top fuel testing session. But Tuttle got up on the tire and he wanted to take the tree out, and I'm like, okay, it's testing. I can get different camera angles. I'm going to be all cool, and I'm going to be out a little further than I usually am. And I would not do this for a pro mod, but I may not be doing it for a Nitro funny car anymore either because he was coming at me.
Yeah, I can send you guys a picture. It was pretty crazy. And honestly, it wasn't completely his fault. The car that we have, they generally have like an air switch underneath the throttle. So when you floor it, it activates all the timers, and that never gets activated on the burnout because of the throttle stop. Well, on our car, we have this like electric switch, which is basically, it doesn't touch anything. It's just off the distance. And Brad's first burnout was a little weak. So I said, just stand out a little bit harder. And for whatever reason, the timer went off. So the clutch came at it on the burnout, pulled the motor down, and you saw what happened. It got him a little sideways and a little close to the tree and a little close to Lee. Too close to
Hey, Lee is used to cars coming at him. Like we were in Orlando earlier this year, and I legit thought Lee was not going to be here for a while because that car was coming straight. And he's like, camera right here, and it doesn't look like it's coming at you until that last second. You're like, oh, crap.
Right.
That thing is close.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think Lee's got...
My whole time, I'm like, man, this Nitro Funny Car on a burnout is awful. Oh, he's got...
Like I said, if you watch that video, it is crazy. But let me tell you, Brad Tuttle, he hasn't driven a Nitro Funny Car in 30 years. I mean, he made like an 80-foot pass the first one. I think he had enough because obviously they're tough to drive. And he hasn't been in one in a long time, and this thing really wasn't detuned that much. And after that 80-foot run, we said, hey, go to half track. He shut it off like really close to half track, went 266 miles an hour to the half track point, which is probably 60 miles an hour faster he's ever been to the quarter mile. And then we said, okay, you can go close to the finish line. Let's go 900 feet. And he shut it off right on time, got the chutes out, ran 4:12, 3:04. So I'm really proud of Brad. He did an awesome job. And the whole crew that Dexter assembled and everything was awesome. They're a great group of guys to work with. We had a lot of work to do, but we got it all done. It was a very successful weekend.
Oh, definitely. Go ahead, Lee.
So, Jeff, look, from your perspective, I know you were driving, you were focused on that. What did you think of Stampede of Speed and all that you were able to get in and hear from all the other drivers, crew members, fans? What'd you think?
I mean, there were a lot of people there, and I've always liked the Texas Motorplex. You know, Andy Carter, I think it was the governor, was there from it. They just had different stuff going on every night. Like I said before, we were kind of busy in our pit, but, you know, I'd call it a super big success. I mean, someone's got to do something to get it different. Someone said there were like 20,000 people there for the country music festival. So whatever you have to do to get people to a drag strip is good, in my opinion. And, you know, in the times that we're in right now, it's a little bit tough. And I think they went all out. They did everything they could. As you talked about, Friday night was definitely a long night. But, I mean, it was just a couple of circumstances. You really can't do anything about it. I mean, they had night qualifying. They had 4 qualifiers. They paid all the money. And, you know, unfortunately, a couple of cars had a pretty big oil down. And even in Funny Car, when I went to run, I got in the car at 8, and they were doing stuff till like 8:30. And I don't think I ran till 9, so I sat in the car for about an hour. But every set of cars seemed to take 10 minutes. There was all kinds of little issues here and there with the cars themselves, nothing to do with the track. But in the end, I mean, they had a spectacular event there. They had great racing on Sunday. The conditions were perfect. They prepped the track well, and I'd call it a super big success myself.
Yeah. You got some questions coming in here, Jeff. One stands asking a question. He says, will you be driving in Vegas?
At this point, no, but I didn't know I'd be driving in Dallas, so you never know.
There you go. And then, yeah, there's more big announcements. You know, John Force did make an announcement. Stan brings up something else. John Force did make an announcement that he'd be signing for another 3 more years. But I got a question for you, Jeff, and you know, you were there, but there was a couple of people, if people don't know, I know you know, Lee, and probably making passes in other people's cars this weekend. Maybe trying to keep a license up, maybe just shakedowns, different things like that. What do you think the reasoning behind that was?
So I said I didn't see a lot of stuff there. You'd have to be a little more specific, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, Lee, do you know?
I absolutely know. And if you watch my video from testing on Wednesday, and look, folks, y'all need to send me a check. Like, I'm out here busting it for y'all. I'm there like I was filming all day Wednesday. It was a lot. The camera got so hot that it stopped zooming right. Like, I got to go take a break for the camera, not me. Like, that's how much filming I do. But the John Force Funny Car rolls up to the water box, and John Force is sitting on his scooter, and the things don't drive themselves. So
with a brand new white hat.
Yeah.
With a brand new white hat on.
Yeah. So yes, folks, I love how I love how people chime in like, where's Austin? Where's Austin? It's like, well, he's right over there. He's the blower dude. We've said that 50 million times. Do you watch anything like Competition Plus Power Hour or Between the Slicks or like where have you been? Like read National Dragster or something. Like be an informed fan for the love of drag racing. Okay.
All right, I get it now. Austin Proctor Force's car.
But see, this is what yes, very. But I just threw that in because we were talking about John. This is what I find interesting. Proc makes a pass, right? And within the matter of maybe 2 minutes or so, after he makes that pass, he's right back up at the starting line, backing people up, doing his job. Like, he's not just there making a pass. Right after that, he's back there doing his job. Like, that guy is in a full fire suit in Texas. I'm sorry. If that doesn't show you dedication to what he wants to do and where his mindset is, yeah, I think, it's an opportunity for him to say, hey, I just want to do test passes and that's it this weekend. But no, he's out there doing that and doing his job.
Oh, I mean, Austin's a great guy. He came through Frank Holly's and I met him there. And, obviously a very natural, talented driver. And they always say the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Look at his dad. This guy's going places. Just in this time, it's hard for a driver just to get a job based on, your driving ability. It generally doesn't happen, but they're definitely grooming Austin to drive, one of Force's cars or John Force's car when he finally retires. That would be my guess anyway, and that's what I've heard in the past. So, but Austin's a great driver. He can drive a top fuel car. He can drive a funny car. He knows how to work on them. Great work ethic, and a great guy.
All right. So one more question I got for you, because it looks like you're you're at a restaurant or something, and you're probably hungry. But any information, little rumor mill, anything about Chad Green's son? He actually, since we're talking about people driving cars and testing, he was doing it too. So you got any inside juicy stuff for us there?
Not much on the Chad Green thing, unfortunately. There's lots of other good stuff out there, but we're going to have to wait a day or two to see that, I think.
All right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Lee, do you got anything before I pull up this next comment and let you loose on someone?
All I got to say is later on this week, the highlights from testing following Travis Shoemake and Tuttle and Alex Laughlin's run will be up later, and you can see this moment. I think I'm even going to put it in my little, like I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to go, at this moment, I knew I was, and then cut back to it.
Perfect.
Man. Well,
good stuff. Well, thanks for everything, guys. You have a good show tonight.
Yeah, no problem. You enjoy your Coors Light, and we will see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Lee, I'm going to let you loose on someone. I don't know if you know him, if he's a friend or what, but I think, it's about time that, yeah. So, Lee, there's a comment coming in. Hopefully you can see it. And I'm going to put you on screen. There you go.
Let's see. Listen up, you redheaded troll. Not everyone has the time to listen to these blank shows. So back off, Doughboy. Oh, Jim. Yes, I've seen Jim comment several times. Always negative. Jim, lighten up, dude. Get a life. And, well, yeah, why aren't you informed? It's actually very easy to be informed. Whether it's Austin Prock doing his job or whether it's the latest news, it's not that hard. Like, turn the phone on, set it down. And, yeah, I like dough. I eat a lot of dough. Definitely overweight. I call it like it is. And redheaded, like I have anything that can change that other than dying. I mean, the hair. Like, that's all you've got. is derogatory, you can't put in an intelligent comment, joke's on you, bud.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you just got to let the person handle it the way it is. Lee, let's dive into this. 98th win, right? Yeah, 98th for Greg. Huge week. He got it done. I called a complete elite final there. I did. I called a complete elite final in Pro Stock. Didn't happen. I called Lyle Barnett to be in the finals against Steve Fast Jackson. Steve let me down. Lyle Barnett did something that I don't think anybody this week would have even imagined.
He did something I don't think anybody would have imagined this whole year.
I mean, Q1, Q2, and Q3, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Like, probably after that, most people, I would honestly think, after 3 rounds like that, they're like, you know what? Hey, let's just cut our losses. And we're just going to just pack up the car and go home. Like, I mean, honestly, like, nothing was working in their favor. But then to come out, Q4, qualify, looking from the outside in, and then run that thing all the way down. Like I told you in Vegas, sometimes you just can't bet against red.
What an amazing run for Lyle, and kudos to the elite team. We have all year, even to last year, been saying turbos can't win. Granted, remember, there was a turbo car leading the points up to the point Chris Thorne had his accident at Indianapolis for like Indy 2 or whatever it was. So turbos actually can be competitive, and Lyle comes in, and that elite team, they've already changed the narrative. So, and then also remember, number 1 qualifier was a nitrous car. Is the NHRA still the big bad, or have they found parity? Or look, it's always a moving target. But kudos to Ricky Smith. I saw him in the lanes. He waved at me. I'm like, man, Ricky, good run. He's like, hey, every once in a while, I find a good run. Every once in a while, the man knows what he's doing. He's cutting himself some serious slack there. And look. You've got Lyle in a car. Look, everybody, turbos can't win. And they get it done. Him and that elite car, they get it done.
But it's not just getting it done. It's the style that he does it. Lyle's story, first and foremost, is one of like the most heart-wrenching stories, I think, right now in drag racing. But just, that's his style of racing. Like, if you go back to his no prep days, everything he's done's kind of been reverted around a turbo. So now to see him in his own element, I'm going to say, is really refreshing. Lee, we got another guest coming on, but I'm just going to say this. Jim, your comments, 1, are unnecessary. 2, saying whatever you have to say, that's fine, but you're officially blocked. We don't have time to deal with your negativity.
Hey, I wish I could actually see them, because I'm not actually set up as a host tonight, and I could deal with them. But Jim, look, if you're still watching, dude, get a like. Get a like.
Anyway, thank you for the always great show. I think we will see more Turbo Pro mods, but that's just me. That's where I'm gonna stick with that. Okay, Pro Stock Motorcycle. I called it. I said that Matt Smith was gonna be in the final. Boom, he won. Boom.
Wait. I called it because I chose him to win outright.
Okay. But fair enough. Funny car. Yeah, it wasn't close.
Me neither.
Funny car. I was not close.
Dude, I know we got a guest coming on. Man,
I know. But
has not Funny Car been awesome? Funny Car has been so good.
It's a shake-up every week, Lee. And before I go to this next commercial, it's only fitting that we play this commercial before this guest comes on. But did I not call it? I called it, Lee.
You called the final. You called the final. You got to. No, I can't let you have that.
Baloney. I've been picking this guy week in and week out because 1, I know his work ethic. 2, I know how hard his team works. 3, I know that if I don't, his dad's gonna jump through the screen and yell at me.
Wait. I have said that they just need a breakthrough, and all the way back to last year, he's going to be a championship contender, and he is.
Here we go. FS1. Here we go. Lee, you're wrong. Lee, you're wrong. You're wrong, Lee. Lee.
What you got to say, Sam? Say it, Sam.
Lee. Hard work. Dedication. It goes back to Pomona. The man wants it. He wants it, Lee. Milkshake. French fries. Texas barbecue. This man. One band. One team. They're driving for it, baby. And they got it done. Stampede. Yes! There he is. Justin Ashley. My man. Yes. All right, sorry. What's up, Justin? Lee got me in a movement right there, so had to set him straight.
That's right. What's going on, guys? Lee, Sammy, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. It's been a heck of a few days, man. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it.
There you go. Well, first of all, how dare you come on this show without that pretty add-on? Where is that hat? Where is that thing?
Don't worry. We got plenty of cowboy hats that we brought back with us from Texas. See, I'm from New York, so we don't have very many cowboy hats. When they first gave me my cowboy hat, I learned a hard lesson. First, I put it on backwards, and I realized that wasn't right. Next, I grabbed it by the brim. They told me that wasn't right. So I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting it. But I'll tell you what, it's a good problem to have. So, I want to keep collecting those cowboy hats. I love it.
Definitely worth collecting. And man, look, how does it feel to finally break through? Because you've had some of the strangest things happen this year, holding you up from wins. And even at Reading, I'm filming, I'm like, he's got it, and whiff of a cylinder. And I'm like, no! And Billy drives around, and it all came together at Texas. How does it feel to, like, break through? And do you believe that you've got the momentum in the last remaining races to be a contender?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said it. It feels amazing. And it feels amazing because of all the trials and tribulations that we've gone through this year. I mean, our team has done an outstanding job since the beginning of the season. We're a new team. We all came together under experienced leadership in Mike Green, and obviously Dustin Davis and the guys have been doing an outstanding job. But, we got to a few final rounds, and for whatever reason, we were not able to seal a deal. We lost in a few weird, heartbreaking ways, as you alluded to. But this time it was, time to finish business. And, fortunately for us, we were able to get it done. Steve is a fantastic driver, and he really, honestly, he's a class act. I love having the opportunity to race against him. But, this race was for us. We had unfinished business to take care of. Our guys deserve this. And just real happy for our sponsors, real happy for the guys. It's funny. I just got off the phone right before I hopped on with Chip Lofton, and everything he's done for me, is just second to none. I absolutely love that guy, and he means so much to the team and I. So just really excited, celebrating, enjoying this win, and, put us right back in the thick of things to win the championship. We're still quite a ways back, but we're alive. We're in it with 3 races left, and all we can ask for is an opportunity, and we got to focus on putting our best foot forward these last few races starting this weekend in Bristol.
Yeah, and talking about that, I want to right away go to your top in interview. You could see it on your face, just the emotions of a long day, the understanding of, like, holy crap, we just did this. Like, it happened. But you are class act in our sport, because no matter how hard it gets, no matter what you go through, and you know what I'm talking about, and we're not going to talk about that situation anymore, but going through everything that you've gone through, it could have easy for you to say, I did it, thank you, and show all that. But you showed class with first and foremost, thanking your sponsors, but not saying that win was for you. It was most importantly for your team and your sponsors. And like you said, all I am is the driver. So for you to take yourself out of that moment, knowing that you just won the biggest race of the year, I'm going to say that. How do you continue to do that and be a great ambassador for this sport?
Well, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. And, I'm able to do it because it's the truth. Everything I say, I'm a straightforward guy. If I say something, I mean it. And when I talk about my team and how great they are, I say that because I mean it. I show up to the track. I mix fuel. I speak with sponsors. I do appearances. I don't work on the car. Those guys work on the car, not only at the racetrack, but how about in the shop every day, traveling on the road, all this stuff they do, all the little things they do to make sure the car goes up there and runs well. And it starts at the top, right? It starts with Mike Green. We brought him in for a reason. We brought him in because of the caliber of crew chief that he is, but we brought him in because the guys love working for him, and he's a great person. He really is. He has an excellent character, and it's a privilege to learn from him. So everything I say, I mean, and I speak from the heart. I really do just get in the car and drive. And look, it takes a lot to drive one of these cars, right? It really does. But it doesn't even compare to the work that these guys put in. So everybody has to do their job. I have to do my job. The guys have to do their job. But the win is not about me. It's just about the team. It's about the guys, and it's about the hard work that they put in and seeing it all pay off. And it's about our sponsors. It's about seeing the smile on Chip Lofton's face. It's about speaking with JC and Spencer from Autoshock, or Al from Cotto, or Victoria and Tarkin from Smart Sanitizer, because just like we put in the effort, time, and commitment, they do the same thing. And we're one big team, one big family. So I just, I love going back, speaking to the sponsors, speaking to the teams, and, just seeing the smiles on their face, seeing all that hard work, dedication, commitment, payoff.
I think this final round represents so much for Justin Ashley Racing, Davis Motorsports, because you have garnered, and rightfully so, the reputation of being the lever in the top fuel ranks. But this final round, you did not leave first. Apparently, they were identical reaction times, or as close as they can be. And the car itself, with your capable driving, did outrun Steve Torrance and that Hogan tuned car. I'm sure that you couple that very moment, that very run, and with your own abilities on the lights, that you and that team have got to have a lot of confidence going into the remaining races to, well, go from Rookie of the Year to 2021 champion overall.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we had a great car all weekend long. It's funny. Everyone wants to talk about it when you go up there and cut a good light or win on a whole shop. And no one wants to talk about it when you go up there and outrun somebody, because it's like that's supposed to happen. But it's not. I mean, it's a testament to Mike Green. He does an awesome job. He's a bad man, and we have a great race car right now. That's what it boils down to. And, I'm having fun working with him, and the car's running great, but it starts with having a plan. And we went up there on Friday and we said, you know what, we're going to go down the track in Q1. We went down the track in Q1. It set us up with the ability to go out there Friday night and try and run fast, because we were able to make it down Q1. And sure enough, we went out there, we went at 368 and qualified number 4. So we take qualifying very seriously. We want to qualify in the best position possible for bonus points, A, but for B, to put us in a good position on the ladder moving forward into race day. Everybody's tough. We want to qualify the best that we can. So we take Friday seriously. We take Saturday seriously. We take Sunday seriously. We're there to win, and it starts with Mike Green. And the car right now is running consistent. It's running fast. I'm proud to work with Mike. I'm proud of Mike. But I'm going to enjoy this win. But it's about Bristol now. We have to focus on Bristol. We have to move forward to Bristol and just concentrate on that. I'm not worried about Vegas. I'm not worried about Pomona. I'm not even worried about the championship right now. I'm worried about Bristol. I'm worried about Q1 of Bristol. And then I'll worry about Q2 and Q3. And and hopefully Sunday. But car's running good right now. Just real proud of the guys.
So, Justin, I've got to bring on, I think, your biggest fan. I don't know if you can, pinpoint who that is, but I got to bring on somebody that one of the best pictures I think that were taken this weekend was with this guy. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on your dad.
Oh, what's up, guys?
He's upstairs.
What's going on, Mike?
He's upstairs.
I love you so much. I told my wife, I said, I'm putting on a shirt. I'm staying in my bed and I'm talking to these guys because I love these guys. I love this show. That jerk who doesn't like your show, forget that guy. Get rid of him. He doesn't understand quality people, quality broadcasting. We don't need people like that in our lives.
Our new thing is tell people like that to eat broccoli. Like, if they don't like it, just go and eat broccoli, man. Just
go eat broccoli.
I mean,
100%.
Just go and
100%.
grab it. Right. But Mike, tell us your experience. Like, I've seen you in the pits interact with Justin. What is it like for you to see your son accomplish everything that he's accomplished, and especially everything that he's gone through this year?
That's a great question. Look, it's not just this year. It's his whole career. I am so proud of Justin, more because of who he is than what he's accomplished on the racetrack. He's just a great kid. He's humble. He's grounded. He's doing a great job driving that car. And for me to be a part of that, it's so exciting. People ask me all the time, when are you coming back? When are you racing? I said, I am back. I am racing. I couldn't enjoy myself any more than I do watching him. And I have to say, this team is just incredible. I have to tell you, there is not enough credit given. I keep telling people this. This is a brand new team. This is not a mega team that was assembled and we just stuck Justin in the car. This is a team that Dustin Davis built from scratch. You got people on that team with pure passion working on that car. Justin's right. Working on that car on Monday, right after a race, to get it ready to be, ready for Bristol. You got guys working on that car at the shop. Mike Green has come in and he has set the tone. The championship leadership that he has been incredible. And Dustin himself, right? Justin's partner in the team, Dustin himself works on the car, built the team, does everything from A to Z. That is the hardest working guy, most passionate, great guy you'll ever meet. So an independent team with nowhere near the funding that the other teams have, to be able to be in the thick of it like this. And this is not to take anything away from anybody else, because certainly Steve Torrance, all of the other teams, Brittany, all the top cars, they're all great teams. But I am telling you, it is so difficult coming from somebody who's done it in this sport at the highest level. It is so difficult to accomplish what Dustin Davis, Mike Green, and that team has accomplished. Yes, I am proud of Justin, but he would not be where he is today if it wasn't for Dustin and that team. That's the bottom line. So, yep, I'm loving it, and I'm loving you guys. And also, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I can say this. I'm proud of you, Sam, and I'm proud of you too, Lee. I love watching you guys. I love the way you guys have come along and what you do. I've seen your show grow and grow and grow, and it's just, it's great. It's great to see it come along the way it has.
Well, thanks, Mike. And look, for both of you, I have to know, how good does it feel to win in the same day and not have to wait for 2 months?
I could start by answering that question. I know my dad's gonna agree with me. It feels great. Obviously it was satisfying. It was a difficult wait those first few months when we raced in Indy and we got our first win, and it was worth the wait. It was worth every second of it. But we had to get ready to race the next day, so there was no celebrating, no going crazy or nothing. It was all right. Let's enjoy this moment, but let's get some sleep because we got to race the next day. This one was okay. We won. We can take it all in. We can sit back, relax, have some peace of mind, and actually really let it soak in and enjoy the moment. So, just going through those 4 rounds consecutively like that on Sunday led to kind of that burst of emotion and that feeling of kind of being on cloud nine and going through all that adrenaline. And I have to say, winning on a Sunday, not waiting 48 days was an absolute blast. A win is a win is a win, right? You take them any way they come, but this was far and away probably the most precious and fun and enjoyable win I've ever had in my career.
Another good point, Justin, that I think people have to, really understand about drag racing is the business side of it. When racing is over, Justin's busy dealing with sponsors. We've got the best. First of all, Chip Lofton, Justin is right. He is a one of a kind. To find somebody like him, and Justin has really good sponsors. We really do. We're very blessed with like Juan from Auto Shocker and Kato and Smart Sanitizer of Victoria. We're blessed with great people. But Chip is a 1 in a million, and you guys know that about him. He is literally one of the best guys out there. But on the other side of the coin, you have to continually be raising money for these cars. They eat money. We know that already. And there's a business side to this. And you've got to make sure you deliver for your sponsors. And Justin, he'll come back from a race on Monday and Tuesday. I'll see him on Zoom calls, trying to put deals together, trying to put product deals together. There is a whole intense business side of racing that, really doesn't get talked about enough. And you got to master that if you want to be on that racetrack. That's the bottom line.
Dropping knowledge right there. All right. I got some pictures for you guys here. And Justin, I want you to talk about these here. First picture is this one right here.
That's a big boot. You're not just seeing things, guys. That's a big boot. They say everything's bigger in Texas, right? We don't have boots that size in New York, So
that's not true, Justin. That's the same boot that I shoved up your a couple of times when you weren't younger. You weren't behaving too good, but I just say.
You weren't supposed to say that. We're live, Dad. We're live. We're live.
I forgot.
There's no 7-second edit.
Hey, this is drag racing's late night show, so a little bit more can go.
If the boot fits, wear it. What can I tell you?
Right.
See,
listen, you got to have some fun, right? This was before, I believe this was before Q2 Friday night in Dallas. They have Oliver the Watusi there, the bull, the steer.
Yes.
They have the giant boot there. We're all hanging out, waiting in the staging lanes. As you know, it was a long time. We ended up waiting there. It was kind of a long session. So we figured, heck, we're in Dallas. You might as well go have some fun, take some pictures by the big boot. Love these guys.
What else happened because of tell them what else happened when you had to go use the porta potty? What happened because of the
Oh, no, that's not for public knowledge.
That is
public knowledge. We're talking about the same story, then it's not for public knowledge.
The bull came by and left a present for you outside of the porta potty. You almost stepped in it when you came out.
I don't know if you could see me. I don't have to picture it. You and I are talking about two different stories. The one I'm talking about, we could leave. That was Sunday morning. I'll leave that for another day. But the one you're talking about, I went in to go to the porta potty. I think I could tell this. I hope I could tell this. I went in to go to the porta potty. And as I'm in the porta potty, I don't know, the Watusi walks by and, does his business in front of the porta potty, but I don't know. And nobody thinks it's necessary to let me know while I'm in the porta potty. So I walk out of the porta potty, and sure enough, I'm in my fire suit. I have my racing shoes on. Sure enough, it's like he did it on purpose. You believe that? Right outside my stall, he left one for me. So I missed it by this much, guys.
Maybe that's what every winner in Top Fuel needs now is the Watusi to come by and leave its mark.
Exactly.
You got to step in it. But Justin had a good reaction time and he missed it just by a little bit.
Right.
You can take that two ways. You can say either if you were, late on the light, well, you stepped in it, but you got a quick foot, so hey, get out of there.
Right.
But second picture here for you, this one right here, and I mean, this one speaks, I think, for itself.
Oh man, look at that picture, Justin. I love it.
That was a special moment. We had a few guys on the race team, first of all, from the area, family from the area that had been at that. I have one guy in particular, Mike Eubanks, who's who went to that race when the first race they had at Texas Motorplex he was at, and he's never won that race. And that's his hometown. And he wanted that cowboy hat. He wanted to win the race so bad. So to be able to win it for the team, to win it for a guy like Mike, to be able to put on that cowboy hat, pure, genuine joy right there. That's what it's all about. So I love to see that. I love to see that picture.
Now, was that shot after they got you a hat that fit a little better, or was that still you hoping it doesn't blow away?
That was before. I was trying to concentrate, and all of a sudden the hat started blowing away. Again, I don't know how to wear a cowboy hat. I don't know the proper way to do it. I didn't know if it was me. I didn't know if it was the size. So at the time, that was the top end. The cowboy hat was trying to blow away on me, but I wanted that hat. I wouldn't let it go anywhere. So thankfully, they got me one that's nice and fitted. After that.
You were also struggling. You also don't know how to spray champagne. I was saying to myself, oh my God, I know he doesn't know how to, he doesn't drink, so he doesn't know how to spray champagne. So I saw everybody spraying champagne, and his champagne was like dripping out of the end of the bottle. I was like, man, I got to teach this kid how to spray some champagne. That's the problem over here.
Justin.
He's like, God, I'm doing it perfect. I'm like, you just emptied it out without even nothing was spraying out of it at all.
Justin,
Exactly
you can
what
tell us
happened.
to kick. You can tell us to kick him off
Justin's
whenever
like,
you want.
I'm never coming on this show again. Y'all brought my dad on.
You can let us know when to kick him off at any
guys,
point. But hey,
I don't. I'm. Sometimes he leaves me speechless. I could say sometimes I can't say enough. Sometimes I'm speechless. That's
there's going to be some interesting behind the scenes after this show of like pops, come on, man.
No, but seriously, I mean, think about this guy. First of all, you got to think about my mother. First of all, who has to put up with me and him.
Yeah,
That's
right
one
there in
thing.
pajamas.
There's right. She's a saint.
I don't have my hair done. Don't show me.
Right.
Wait, well, you know what Justin did? What Justin? You see all the bullshit I have. Oh, sorry, all the stuff I have to take. Just remember, I drove that car before him and went on fire for him. Remember that.
That's right.
That car
That's
went
right.
on fire on its very first run, and I was in it. And I hadn't driven a car in 11 years. So you know what? You want to talk whatever you want to talk. Just remember, all the fire went for me. That's the thanks
right.
I got. Fire.
That's right. Think about it. It's true. He had to hop in the car before me. I was sick that day. The first day we were supposed to test, he went in the car blew up and caught on fire. So everything happens for a reason. I would not have been experienced enough at that point to be able to handle something like that. That was going to be my first run essentially in a top fuel car. So just amazing how things come full circle, but seriously, the support and just amazing love I get from my father is just second to none. Fortunate to have the kind of relationship that we have, fortunate to have each other in our lives. So we're racing, we're having fun, and it's been a good time.
That's true. But I also love Sammy and Lee. I'm just saying.
Me too.
Hey, I love you guys too. It's like a family atmosphere when we all get together. Everyone's joking, laughing.
Share the love, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Share the love.
Exactly. As long as you're doing the sanitizer.
Oh my God.
A serious question for you though, Justin, is people want to know when we're going to see a Justin Ashley diecast. It's a good question.
Oh, it's funny that you say that. I was actually talking to somebody about that this weekend. We're working on it. I think next year, hopefully, we'll be able to have a diecast out. The goal is next year to be able to have a diecast out, to have some serious, apparel out in terms of like sweaters, hats, shirts, everything like that. So the whole gamut. So I appreciate everyone asking. And I've been getting so much support, so many texts, calls, people reaching out with so many kind things to say on social media.
Man.
So
Man,
really,
you know what?
Thank
Drag
you.
racing fans are the best.
Yeah.
Best. First, the racing community is the best, and the fans are the best. I don't care about whatever other sports. I don't even care about them. Drag racing fans, greatest.
Yeah, we love you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. It's been amazing.
So got another message, a personal message. Lee, the comments and messages are just flowing in. So Tyler just sent me a message and said, it is a shame that you don't know how to wear a cowboy hat. Who is Tyler? I know you know who he is, and I do too. Why is he ashamed that you don't know how to wear a cowboy hat?
So he's ashamed because Tyler's a cowboy. That's what he is. Tyler is I absolutely love Tyler. We have a wonderful family, the Arnriches, who work on our car. Mike and Austin work on the car, and Sharon does absolutely everything for the team. Everything from organizing travel to cooking to being literally the track mom for me and so many others.
If you're going to talk about Mama Sharon right now, I want to say hi if she's watching. And she honestly will make sure you eat, even if she's like, no, you're eating, go eat. I don't care. There's
That's it.
food. She makes sure she's like you said, the track mom that just makes sure everything happens. So shout out.
Sammy, you know what? Sammy,
Shout
you would
out
have loved this.
Sharon.
You know what you missed, Sharon? After we won, she went into the truck and just started pulling on the horn in the truck, just wah 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 in the pits. Did you hear that, Lee? That was Sharon.
We heard it.
Yeah. It was so funny. I'm sure everybody hates us for that, but it was fun.
She's totally crying right now. We love you, Sharon.
Of course we love Sharon.
We love you. And
Yes.
by the way, Tyler, we love you too, and we love you, Lauren. That's Sharon's daughter, Lauren. Tyler's her husband. And he's family. We're all family. But he's a cowboy, so he's been trying to teach me everything I need to know about bulls, cows, steers. It's going in one ear and out the other, but I am trying to retain at least some of the information. I promise you, Tyler. I promise.
Oh man, what a great family you guys have here. Having Mike on just added, like you said, we want to create this family atmosphere, even though people are chiming in with eat broccoli comments. I'm just going to leave it at that. But you know what you guys are doing, the family atmosphere that you guys have, it's contagious. It is phenomenal to watch and to be around. To both of you guys, Sharon and everybody with you guys, I want to say thank you for letting your pit be a home base for myself, you know, bringing me in as family. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to put this on the record, Lee, since you say I don't pick a lot of people. I pick final round. Sorry, play the odds, but
You do.
you can continue to hear your name come out of my mouth every Sunday. So for Sunday picks, Justin, sorry, buddy, but I'm betting on you.
Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that. And listen, I'm betting on you guys because I absolutely love you guys. I love your show. You guys do a fantastic job. Not worried about that one person in a million that says something. It's the 99% of people that love your show, and they should, because you guys are great and you do an awesome job.
Well, we appreciate that. Now, Justin, I do want your opinion, not so far as a pick, but me and Sam aren't going to be able to vote in the process. But I want to know, from the 2020 Rookie of the Year, who do you think is leading that race right now between Josh Hart and Dallas Glenn?
Look at Sammy's face. Sammy knows what you're trying to do to me. You're trying to be putting me on the spot right now. You're going to throw someone under the bus. That's what you're doing.
He didn't. No. He didn't try. He just.
What is that? Come on.
He does it every week. Every week.
It's tough. I'm gonna shoot you straight, Lee. I'm gonna shoot you straight, Sammy. It's tough. They've both done a phenomenal job. Let's be honest. They both have 2 wins. Dallas, I don't know where he is in the points. He's probably, what is he, in the top 5? Something like that. Yeah, he's in the top 5. There's a picture of me when I was a kid. We look.
Give me that one of Justin naked when we got his breasts. Let's get that one.
All right. He is okay. All right, Mike.
I'm just kidding.
Yes,
I'm just kidding.
Mike, no more.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go and let Justin take over. I love you guys.
All right.
Thank you,
Mike.
on.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you at the track.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, we needed to let him go, and then Justin wrap.
It was getting
night
dangerous.
show just got really dangerous there. I mean,
you just got very close from being kicked off the air. Right. So anyway,
all right. I don't even know where we were.
I don't know. Rookie of the Year. Seriously though, Dallas Glenn's done an amazing job. Amazing. Josh Hart won his first event. Are you kidding me? And then he followed it up by winning another. That dude is tough. They're both bad to the bone. They're both great at what they do. Unfortunately, I'm not in Dallas's class. I can't speak too much about what he's done. I just know from what I see what a great job he's done. He's killer on the tree, and he's winning a bunch of races and rounds. But Josh, I know Josh a little more personally. He's a friend of mine. I will say this about him. He does a great job as a driver, number 1. Number 2, he does a great job as a team owner, overseeing his team. And number 3, he does a great job with his sponsors. So I know that Rookie of the Year is supposed to encompass all those 3 things: how you interact, how you're a team owner, how you're a driver, how you deal with sponsors and fans. And I think Josh is A+ on that front. I think he does a phenomenal job. he's a great competitor, and he's an even better person. I think RNL has a really good representative in Josh. So I'm looking forward to hopefully racing against him for a long time. And if I had my vote, I'd vote for both.
See, smart man. I like what you did there. Before we let you go, one random question, because I've been trying to do this, but one random question for you here. If you had to choose between chicken, salmon, or beef, which one would you choose?
You sure that's not a question from Tyler? Chicken, beef, or salmon. I need some more context because every day of my life or just like a one meal choice. But generally when I'm eating, let me just say this, eating healthy, I gotta have salmon or chicken, but you can't go wrong with beef. Love a good steak. Love a good steak. You can't go wrong with it.
All right. Well, everyone, this was a pretty exciting and it got pretty juicy there. Interview.
It was
with
enlightening. It was enlightening. Yes. Yes.
So, Justin, you keep doing you, keep cutting down the tree, and yeah, I can guarantee we'll see you in a few more winter circles this year.
Thanks for having me on, Lee, Sammy. You guys are the best. Really appreciate it. Love the show. Thank you to all the fans, all the sponsors, everybody who's reached out. You guys are the best. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Man, what a show. What an interview that was. But then, Lee, we're going to keep it moving, keep the show rolling. This next person that we're bringing on, I mean, I can honestly shaking up the pro stock ranks right now. I mean, you and I kind of talked about what's going on in pro stock. She can give us a lot more information. But I was leaning towards one way or the other, picking, which kind of car she would have, which team she would be a part of, but doing it her own way without, just doing it very different. But we're going to let her tell her story and bring her on right now. Without further ado, Miss Camrie Caruso. What's up, Camrie?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing great.
Yep, we are.
So Camrie,
racing.
What'd you say?
I said you're right. We are going pro stock racing, and we're definitely doing it a different type of way.
Yeah. So I don't know if you listened to a couple of shows back. Lee and I were kind of debating: do you go the elite route? And since elite already has the female pro stock locked down, or do you shake things up a little bit and go the KB route and shake everything up? But obviously you're choosing your own way. So kind of just tell us about how this all came about and what your plans are.
So we really weren't planning on going NHRA pro stock racing. We had our eyes set on Mountain Motor for next year, but between trying to find an engine and what it would take to build a new one, we were kind of stuck at that point. So we figured out that Alex had all of his stuff up for sale, and it kind of all just came together because Eric Latino bought formerly Gray Motorsports, which is now Titan Racing Engines, and it kind of just all fell together. So we got all of Alex's pro stock stuff, and we're going to run Titan Racing Engines, and we have 4 engines to start with, and hopefully everything goes as planned, but we'll figure it out.
Well, it's definitely good and refreshing news to hear that there is going to be another engine player within the pro stock ranks. And it's also good to hear another lady's going to be stepping in the pro stock ranks. I'm curious, why announce at the Texas Motorplex and the Stampede of Speed? Was there any particular reason for that race, that event, that track, and getting the news out there?
I don't know that there was really anything specific about it other than we picked up the car and all of the parts and engines and everything Thursday and then made the announcement on Friday. So it was kind of convenient because we were already in the Dallas area. Wes Buck played a huge part in that announcement, and definitely thankful to him for all of his help and guidance in that department. But it wasn't really anything to do with the Texas Motorplex.
And so choosing all this and, deciding everything that kind of came about, did it ever cross your mind? Do you go the elite route, or do you, go the KB route? Did you ever say, maybe I should shake things up a little bit? I mean, me personally, I would have kind of liked to see you do that, but was that ever one of your thoughts, or are you just very content with what you guys have with the Caruso family racing team?
I mean, we definitely thought about options and how to go and what to do. But honestly, the 4 engines we have, they came from Elite because they were formerly Tanner Gray's and Shane Green's engines. So, I mean, the Elite group definitely showed me around Pro Stock, and I'm definitely thankful to them for everything they've helped me with. I don't really know KB all that much, but we're going to try it this way. I think it's going to go really well, but I definitely have nothing bad to say about either one of the engine builders in the class already.
So with Titan Racing engines running those now, and I imagine there will be future development, is next year going to be you're the only representative of them in the Pro Stock ranks, or will there be any lease programs available for any other competitors within the Pro Stock ranks as well?
So I'm the only full-time car at the moment. There are a lot of announcements that will be coming in the following weeks. There's a lot of good things coming out soon. I can't say all of them right now just because we have to finish some things up. But I'm the only full-time car at the moment.
Camrie, you can say it because I saw your face there. Lee just likes to just ask those questions again to back some, but no, he's, asking because I think that's
you gotta
what a lot
dig,
of us want to know.
Sam. You gotta dig every now and then.
You can dig all you want. It's totally okay. I just, it'll be the same answer for now.
So with this going, NHRA route, and you're going to be a full-time racer, what does this mean for the I guess for this weekend too for you? Are you still going to run in Virginia this weekend, or are you just focusing on everything Pro Stock?
So we aren't running Virginia, but it's not because we're just focusing on Pro Stock. It's because the car's already sold. We don't really want to take a chance on damaging it when it's already.
Run this weekend.
Thursday will be at Jerry Haas's, so it's going to be a bit of a push to make everything work the way it was supposed to, especially with all these flight issues going on. So everything works out for a reason. I, of course, would love to run the finals, but it's just not in the cards this year.
Well, not in the cards this year for you to run the finals, but definitely you're holding the cards to run NHRA Pro Stock next year. Looking forward to it. Look, you've already been going down the door slammer route for a while now. Car in 632 trim, and I think you've been able to experience some mountain motor yourself. What do you think the 500 cubic inch side of things will look like? Is there anything you're anticipating from what you've already seen working with Elite and now stepping behind the wheel?
I'm excited. I think that this year in 632 has really helped me be prepared to what to expect because my car is set up basically identical to what the Pro Stock car will be set up as. The only real difference is we'll have a Liberty transmission instead of a Lenco transmission, but I've had the Liberty shifter in my car all year. So that's really the only difference. So I'm excited. I think I'm pretty prepared, but there's always going to be new things to learn.
And with new things to learn, you know, it's always that question that I think everyone's going to ask. That first time when you line up against your really good friend, Erica, what is that going to mean for, one, in your eyes, the sport, and two, for you?
Honestly, Erica's an amazing racer, and she's a great person. She has accomplished so much in pro stock alone, not to mention every other class she's been in. So I'll definitely be nervous to line up against her just because she's such a great racer. But I think that it's going to be good for the class because it's 2 girls, and there hasn't been another full-time girl in the class yet. But I'll always look up to Erica as a great driver, and she's a great friend, and she's definitely knows what she's doing.
So, Camrie, making the transition, making the switch, 18 races, that's definitely a bump up from what I think you've done at any other point, and they're professional. How are you trying to prepare yourself to do 18 races and live it out and function job-wise and life-wise? And I'm sure you're excited, yet you're also like, man, how in the world am I going to do this? So what are your thoughts right now on just getting it done?
So as a lot of people who know me know, I have multiple jobs. I always have. I am moving down to Denver, North Carolina at the end of the month to work in the shop and run the team and help run the engine shop and let the guys focus more on building engines and performance and everything else. So I'm going to step away from my job at Loan Depot to go take this job, but I'll still have a total of 3 jobs, and I'm just going to take it as it comes and be thankful for the opportunity.
You know, and anyone that knows you knows your story and how, you know, your dad, who knows where Mark is. It's Tuesday night, so he's probably drinking Tito's somewhere right now.
He might be asleep. It's a little late.
But, you know, knowing that you have your dad there and your grandpa and just the support system that you do have and that you've had behind you, you know, pushing you forward. This is something that you said you wanted to do. You know, I remember way back at the Door Slammers, you were talking about it, and you're talking about you're always pushing your dad to drive the pro mod. So continuing to do that, having that support system, does this make all these transitions a little bit easier?
So between my dad and Papa and my mom, my mom is hopefully going to come to a bunch of races next year, so that'll be exciting because I'm a homebody. I love hanging out with my parents, and that's okay if people think it's weird. I love hanging out with my parents. So moving 12 hours from home is definitely a huge adjustment and kind of scary. But with my Papa and Dad at every race and my mom being able to come, I think it will make it a whole lot easier. My dad and Papa have had my back no matter what crazy class I want to join next. And I'm definitely grateful for that because it does make a huge difference.
Do you feel like, as you mentioned, you just mentioned there, whatever crazy class, and there's been a lot of classes for you. I mean, A Fuel, Top Dragster, the junior ranks, 632, wanting to do mountain motor. I mean, it's been a lot of classes, and obviously the aspirations for the Big Bad Pro Mod. Do you think going into competition that, well, hey, you should not overlook me to make an impact quickly because I have plenty of drag racing experience, even though I'm a younger chick?
I definitely think people will probably look as if maybe I shouldn't be as confident as I am going into it, but I've been behind a wheel of a race car since I was 8 and I'm 23. So I definitely have had my fair share of driving experience, and I have really great people in my corner to help me. So I think I'll be all set.
And, you know, something that you've talked about is going through these ranks and doing this, you know, looking forward into running a full season and having sponsorships and different things like that. Do you think you have an advantage from your connections with future marketing partners and sponsorships and things maybe that you already have in the works?
I think that it's definitely helped me to say, instead of being newer and not really having the connections and the people in my corner and all of that, that definitely has helped a huge amount, because as coming weeks come, you'll get to see the car and the sponsors and the marketing partners and all of that. And a lot of them have been with me for years. So I think it definitely has made a difference.
All right, look, we got to know, what are the prospective names for this car? All your cars have had interesting names. I know one was Lola. I think that was the top dragster. So what's, have you opened up the name book yet? I mean, like, let's see, what neat name can I put on this one?
Well, we just got the wrap down today between me, Dad, and Papa. So we haven't gotten to the name section yet, but we will have a name soon.
Okay, so can we ask?
Ideas, let me know.
No. Before you, because, you gave Wes Buck the information, the inside on, what you were doing. He had some part of that. You went to NHRA. Can Lee and I, the small guys in the media world, can we get the first take when you drop the name for this car? Can we do the story on this? Can you give us that?
That's good.
Lee, we're finally doing something, brother. I got a question for you here coming in from Stan.
Sam, I was there at the press conference.
Yeah, he was.
Just to let you know.
I know. I text Camrie and was like, "Yo, thanks for telling me. Like, I thought we were friends. Like, help my brother out. Like, come on." But no, I get it. Hey, everybody's busy. Like your dad would say, everybody's got to be somebody, right?
Yeah.
So Stan wants to know.
Should be down in Bradenton or Orlando in January.
So being in Orlando, will Camrie Caruso be running in the Door Slammer race if it so happens?
Well,
I'm told it will.
First race of the season is in February out in California. So if everything works out and nothing overlaps, then we will run the Door Slammers as well.
Ooh,
if they
interesting.
happen. I don't know if they are happening.
Very nice.
Yeah. Another Caruso family race car in the winner circle at the Door Slammers. I mean, just saying, might be kind of cool or something.
That would be nice.
So no, I mean, be a nice paycheck for sure.
Yeah, so you're no stranger to NHRA competition. You've done it whether it's Top Dragster, A Fuel, other classes, and been competing in PDRA. Is there any particular track on the Pro Stock schedule that they usually attend that you've got circled that you haven't been, you want to be there, you want to race there? As a racer, just to say, hey, I've went down to 1320 at this place in a Pro Stocker.
So the official Pro Stock schedule isn't actually released yet. They've released the 2022 NHRA schedule, but they haven't really released what's going to be where. But based on past years, they go to Sonoma, which I've never been to. They've been to Seattle. I've never been there. And Topeka. I don't know if they'll be in Brainerd or not. I know that's kind of controversial at this point, but I've never been there either. So I'm excited to see how many racetracks I can cross off my list this year.
So yeah, Camrie's got a lot going on. She's doing a lot. Who are some of them, I guess, if you can say, who are some of the major people, I guess, that you want to, other than your family, thank for, I guess, making everything, your wishes until you get into the Promont, come true at this point?
Well, I can't really release a whole bunch about more about the Pro Stock deal, but definitely thankful to everybody who's helped me this year and in the past. NGK, VP, Lucas Oil, Hoosier, Kings of Vapor. I'm sure I'm forgetting people. PRS, 3V, Rich, Graham. I'm sure I forgot somebody, but everybody who's helped me this year and in the past, they've definitely played a part in me being able to do pro stock and live this out. So I'm thankful to everybody who's helped me this year and before.
Well, Camrie, look, we hope that your 2022 campaign in NHRA Pro Stock is a successful one. Definitely, we hope that it will be shedding some water for the gals even further in the NHRA Pro Stock ranks. And, look, I love what's happening right now in door slammer culture overall. With young ladies, there might be here in the future, and you're a part of it, and even kind of leading the way, where Erica won't be the only one in years to come, and we see some more gals in between the doors and not just sitting in a rail. Because like A Fuel has been like the lady class for the last many years. It's nuts.
It has, but Amber Franklin's in 632 now,
Right.
which she's done amazing. Lexi Tanner, she's done really good. Melanie Slummy does awesome in Pro Boost. She raced NHRA Pro Mod for a little bit. I'm sure there's more, but it's cool to see girls in certain classes that they haven't really been a bunch. So I'm excited.
So for you, girl power, you're in charge. For you, if there's any young ladies out there that are watching or that want to do this, inspired to do this, what is Camrie Caruso's message to any young lady, or actually anyone out there that is, has goals, has dreams, and wants to work towards them?
Honestly, just keep trying. Don't take no for an answer. You're going to get told no a whole lot more than you're going to get told yes, but it doesn't mean it's not possible.
Short, sweet, to the point. Camrie don't play no games.
Try to, not to.
Well, Camrie, look, enjoy the rest of the evening. And folks, be sure to check out their show that they have before PDRA events and after PDRA events. Cocktails with the Carusos. You can find it there on the Caruso Family Racing page, also Drag Illustrated. Before we do let you go, plug where people can find you, follow you, like you, subscribe to you out there on the inter, outer, and social webs.
So
yeah, and where they can find your merch.
Okay. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter for Caruso Family Racing and Camrie Caruso. I just launched my new website. It's CamrieCaruso.com. If you go and subscribe, you will be entered to win the new raffles that we're giving away. And you can find my merchandise there as well.
Well, again, like always, Camrie, congratulations. It's really cool to see. I consider you a friend. Sometimes, like I'm playing. No, it's really cool to see you, doing what you want to do and how you keep just taking those steps forward to, achieve your goals. And like I said, I'm looking forward to what you guys have in store, the Caruso family support and everything. So congratulations from us here at the Power Hour and myself with Outlaw Performance ENT. And like I said, hope to see you at a track very, very soon.
Thank you, guys. And I will definitely see you guys at the racetrack soon.
Thank you, Camrie.
All right.
Bye.
Well, everyone, Camrie Caruso, thank her again for coming on. And you guys can go like and support her. And like I said, I think it's really cool, Lee. We have another woman in our sport, like especially in today's society, in today's time, culture, everything going on in our world. It's always to see another young person come into this sport that can bring another flavor, bring, a different set of fans, a different set of eyes. And that's what it's all about, is just continuing growth. The continued growth is phenomenal. And I think this plays a part in what I'm going to say here is the boss man sent a video via Facebook as he's driving into the track. When people say drag racing is dead, but yet he's driving into the track and there is a line of cars going into the track. So it just proves that, there's younger people out there that want to make this step. And if you're one of those people that can help someone get to the track, help, a media person like myself or Lee, please reach out, because we're trying to continue to grow the sport. That's what this show is for. Yes, there's going to be people that are going to be negative. There's people that are going to have their own opinion about what the show is. But I think shows like this and what we continue to do and see is driving the sport forward.
I think anyone stepping out and doing more talking and more content for the sport is good. It's what is needed. I think we have suffered from a lack of content or bodies, whether it be the NHRA or any other platform, thinking they've got to be the sole content originators. No, that's not the case. I mean, look at the NASCAR YouTube community that is out there. NASCAR is able to grow their fan base, and they're not even paying these people. It is amazing, and that's available out there for NHRA drag racing as well. So I love what you're doing. American Hot Rod Entertainment, Darren Williams is doing. I love what so many other YouTubers like the Limo Guy are doing with drag racing and diving in depth with like Real Pro Stock and Boosted Alley, the Nitrous Alley, and trying to tell the stories of drag racing and get the racing in too. So from Texas was great, man. I'm looking forward to going back there. I'm looking forward to seeing other tracks try to duplicate what they've done, but with their own flair and flavor. I think that is a model that they have got to take and run with elsewhere for sure. Speaking with folks, yes, some folks did not like the political comedy. I wasn't a fan of that either. Those issues will be addressed. But Al Tucci and Wes Buck commentating Friday night from the tower, and the lights, the pyro, the energy that was there, it was good. It was a great show. I want to see it more often. I felt like I was back at Atlanta Dragway to Southern Nationals, actually under the lights in like the mid 90s, and it had that type of energy to it again. I thought it was good, man. Loved what the Texas Motorplex did all around. And look, shout out to Elon Warner. Great PR individual in the sport, maybe the greatest PR individual in the sport. Elon, he's over like PR and media there at the track. He does more for the track too. I just don't know all that he does. But shout out, man. That was the best time I've had as a media person at a NHRA national event ever. Like, I felt like I had a spot. I felt like I had a place. I felt more like media at that event than any other place that I have been to.
No, and that's awesome. Elon, every time I see him at an event when I'm there, he's always, grateful to do whatever he can to step out of the box and make you feel welcome. And that's what he is. To answer a question that's in the comments, no, Lee is not homeless, you guys. Lee works and Lee travels.
No,
Lee does just like myself. Sometimes you guys will see us in a car traveling to and from. That's because sometimes we drive, a couple hours. Like Pomona race, I drove from Vegas to San Diego to the race, turn around that night and go back to San Diego because we're young, we're young. We are trying to pursue our dreams. And sometimes these shows are not, sometimes the funds aren't always there for us to go and just stay in a hotel room and fly. Sometimes we have to travel via cars. So Lee right now is dedicated to this show. So he's in his car and he's going to be driving throughout the night. So that just shows his dedication to what he loves to do. And that's be here. So, I'm excited about it. So yes, people are saying great show. We appreciate you guys that tune in. We appreciate you guys that like and share our content. Monday Morning Racer, Outlaw Performance ENT. Right. Monday morning. That's the Monday Morning Racer. I'm Outlaw. Yep. Yeah, that's Monday Morning Racer. I'm Outlaw Performance ENT. So please And on behalf of Bobby Bennett, like these shows, share these shows if you can, if you don't mind. I know, Billy, I'm just saying, because some people actually really do think Lee's homeless because he is in his car sometimes.
Or they might not know. But no, I don't think people realize the work it takes. There's already been some negative comments tonight. I can't see them all. You all saw whatever. Fine, great. That individual even has been on my channel before and said things. And I think it just comes down to jealousy, or I corrected him in an intelligent way and he doesn't know how to actually rebuttal in an intelligent way other than to be derogatory. But it is an extreme amount of work in the media side of things. I don't come on this show just to talk and not put work in before it or put work in after it. I mean, we're talking about, I probably filmed 20 hours worth of material in Texas, and I've got that much editing and more ahead of me. I was there for a week to the hour before getting out of there, trying to get stories that most people aren't going to get. Where else are you going to get testing footage? I'm the only channel, Monday Morning Racer, and Competition Plus will actually have the protest live streamed when it happens first part of the year. But I'm trying to provide, Sam's trying to provide different flavor, different nuance to drag racing. And I think we're in a great time where a lot of this is building, where there's more content there ever has been before for drag racers and drag racing fans. And look, to all the supporters out there, thank you. I had an individual, Derek, he came up to me. He's like, I walked by him. He's like, Monday morning? I'm like, yes, it is. And we talked. He was actually there as a fan of WFO Joe, and is in WFO Joe's fan base, and they all get together at the track. So he saw me. We got to talking. I love meeting you people at the track. You're more than welcome to come up to me, talk to me. I love chatting with you all. But to the haters, if you hating, let me just say this. Don Perdome said he enjoyed the time he had with me in my interview. I don't need to hear anything else.
Wow. A little name drop there, Lee, huh? No, I like it. And trust me, I get it, brother. I support you. You support me, and that's what it's all about. But this right here, this shows it even more. Mama Sharon says, way to make me cry tonight again. All happy tears. I love Ashley's and our team. We are a big family, and I'm loving and living my best life. That's what it's all about. Right. Mama Sharon, again, hats off to you for, I forget what week it was, Lee, but she made some brisket tacos. And at first I was kind of on fence about brisket tacos. But, man, I'm telling you right now, if she ever makes those things again, I'm the first one in line. Never be on the fence on what Sharon has cooked up. I'm telling you. And by the way, Sharon, we're all still hoping for the truck stop edition of Men's Calendar for 2022. We're still waiting for it. Get that out. It will be a bestseller. Truly. But Lee, people are starting to ask now, they want to know an update on Foley and Brooks going forward. So I don't know if you want to. As far as I understand, I don't think it's any secret from what I have been told from Doug Foley, that Aaron's deal with Coletta's is to help them out right now, and it does not affect 2022 whatsoever. There you go. Bada boom, bada bang. Done like that. Well, Lee, Mama Sharon said, working on the calendar might need one of you to deal. Both. Hey, I'll lay out. See, I'm ready. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. There you go. Vegas it is, right? I guess. Yeah, and Lee, you touched on something that I think will be touched on. Some people are commenting about it, about the political comedy. All I'm going to say is there's a time and a place, and I think right now in our world, in our society today, it's still a touchy subject, everything that's going on. And that's, I think that there's a good and the bad, because with all of this, and with what we have in drag racing. Drag racing is the one, I'm going to say, the most diverse sport that's out there. You have people from, a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of, race, religion, and creeds there.
Right.
But I think at the end of it, we all love one thing. And I can honestly say it, a lot of the other stuff, the outside stuff in our world, in our society, doesn't matter when you're at the track Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, whenever you're there. And so, there is a time and a place, and you never know who you're going to offend or what you're going to say that may be the wrong thing. And I think that's the good and the bad about shows like this, is we've kind of created a culture that I've seen about maybe 3 people that don't like it, 5 people that don't like it, but that's what it is. I mean, you've got a guy was raised in Southern California, as in myself, served in the military, lives in North Dakota, and you have a guy like yourself, that has been a pastor. You've had cow poop slung in your face,
like literally. Yeah.
Yeah. You've done your fair share of stuff, but at the end of it, you and I have created a bond just by meeting at a race. And now look at us now. We've been blessed beyond measure to have Bobby Bennett say, hey, take reins of this show, create your own late night show with your fun. I can act like, I have a character, you have a character, and we bring our opinions. And that's what this is based off of, our own drag racing opinions and personal opinions to this show. And to anyone that's out there that, hey, you may be on the fence, I'm sorry. We're going to continue to try to grow this show with the help of Bobby Bennett and anyone that wants to be a part of it. And
look, I'm going to say this about my opinion. I was there for 7 days. Mine mean more. My opinion means more than yours. I'm just saying, to whoever wasn't there. It's that simple.
Adam, did you talk about No Mercy 12 this weekend?
We have not. Yes, that is happening. The PDRA World Finals is happening. Bristol, the Thunder Valley Nationals are happening. It's insane, the overlapping that is going on. You got No Prep Kings back out in Texas at the Texas Motorplex. So much overlapping in the drag racing world right now. I hope next year there is less overlapping, for sure. But
my honest opinion on them going to Texas this weekend, why not run them? You know what I mean? Like, I think that event should have been held at some point during the Stampede. That's my personal opinion. I know there may be a little controversy.
I was thinking that.
You've already had all these people there. I think at this point you just kind of go ahead and do that. Why not? But this just shows there's so much in drag racing. There's so much in the motorsports world right now to talk about, to converse over. And that's why there's so many different shows. You have Joe Costella during the day giving you guys the content, breaking it down with Alan Reinhart, breaking it down with the winners. Tuesday nights before our show, you have, the Carusos, Cocktails with the Carusos, and Drag Illustrated. Yesterday, Drag Illustrated did a first time, the inaugural, season 4 ride with us, of Street Outlaws. You have on Wednesdays, you have the Drag Illustrated show. There's just so much. And like you pointed on it earlier, Lee, is that when in a time of drag racing, when in a time of motorsports, did we have all this content that we can watch and that we can go and click on YouTube, on TikTok, on all this? You've got the limo guy on YouTube. Shout out to him. I'm working with the limo guy this weekend. I'm actually going to the PDRA here this weekend. I will be there. But what a phenomenal time to be alive, to be active, and be able to say, hey, you know what? I can't make this event, but I'm going to be at this event. Or, hey, I'm going to shoot this and not this. I think to be a media person right now in a growing channel, it's the best time to be in the thick of it.
Well, not just a media person, but a fan. You can get so much in so many places and for free. You don't have to even pay for it all, and get content and enjoy motorsports and join in the conversation. Like, look, on this show, we can't get to every comment, but we want to get to comments, and we want you to be a part of the conversation. I want people to be a part of the conversation on my show on Thursday nights. By the way, should have Dale Creasy Jr. on Thursday night. The Creasy family funny car, first time ever dipping into the threes, ran a 399 in qualifying at the Texas Motorplex. We're going to talk to him about that family's legacy and what it meant to do that, and the year and looking forward. But no, it's a great time in motorsports. The people who say that drag racing is dying or motorsports is in bad shape, no, it's not, folks. Things are looking up pretty good. They might not be looking particularly the way you want them to, and I could even say it if I honed in on a few particulars of a particular class within a particular sanctioning body. But if you look at it in its totality, we are at a time in which I believe we are primed to experience the limelight of a golden period once again in drag racing. It's going on pretty good, I think, Sam.
Lee, I have to agree with you. Like I've said it over and over. Compared to stick and ball sports, we may be a very, 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 very small comparison, but we're on the rise. I mean, I think we're growing more fans with people like Justin Ashley, with people like Camrie Caruso.
Yes.
I mean, having a show like
Yes.
that, tonight is having two young stars in our sport that we're gonna be around. That I can, and I'm gonna say this, and Mike said it too. You can see that Justin Ashley, his progression of moving forward. One of his biggest idols is Antron Brown. So he's got a mentor there. Seeing what Antron is doing and what he's promoting. Look at what Justin Ashley is doing, and I can see those footsteps following. Look what Papa Joe. Look what Mark Caruso has done. Now look at what Camrie's doing. She's stepping away from home and going to run a business and organization and create her own culture in drag racing. We have opportunities right now with things that are going on in the sport that younger people can come in and move in. Another one, with who says all the controversy that may have happened, that is happening, but Alex Laughlin, someone that's doing it untraditionally. And I don't think, drag racing has a traditional footprint, but they're going out, they're doing it, they're making a way, and yes, along that way, you're going to have, it's just like life. You're going to have people that are going to throw stuff at you, that are going to try and knock you down, that says you can't do that. But there's no rule book to any of it. There's no rule book to this show, even though sometimes maybe we need one. Maybe we need to wrap it in. But that's what I love about the culture of drag racing, is that we have so many opportunities and so many things that we can look back on and say, look where we came from. You have a Don Perdome that's saying, well, this is what it was. This is what I grew up with. You have a guy like John Force that's saying, this is where I came from to where I'm at now. And then you have, a Billy Meyer that's saying, hey, this is the way it was done, but this is Billy Meyer, you have his daughter, you have Andy Carter, you have Elon Warner that are saying, hey, I know this is the way it's been done, but let's just shake up that bag and give motorsports what it needs.
That's right, man. Well, look, I have enjoyed the show tonight. It was great to have Justin and Camrie on. Look, I need to hit the road, man.
Oh, I thought you lived in your car, Lee. So, but no, I get it. I understand it, Lee. So much to you do.
It seems like I do. It seems like I do. I live way more in a bag. Look, all the thanks in the world to Chip Lofton. like he gives me a place to live when I'm there in Roxborough working at Strut Masters. But I tell people all the time, I don't live there. I just sleep there. I go in, I sleep, I wake up and back editing and putting content out, doing shows and interviewing people, hustling, straight up hustling. And by the way, I don't know when I can announce it, Sam, to the mass public, but there is some good news from Monday Morning Racer concerning 2022 that I am excited about.
Big news. In the words of the Hodge twin, some great news. Yeah. Hopefully we don't get demonetized for that. But
hopefully not.
There's a little bit of that humor, I guess, for you guys. But yeah, no, great news for you. If you follow Outlaw Performance ENT, Slam and Sam, whichever one you want to call me, there's been a news drop, a press release. I am going to my first PDRA race, finally. And I will be joining the limo guy at large to do a lot of content. Lee's probably going to be there. So stay tuned to Outlaw Performance ENT. If you have not done already, go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe. It means a lot. Share any of the content that you see on there. If you have not done already, go over to the Monday Morning Racers page, hit subscribe, hit like on his stuff, share this stuff. You guys also do us a favor. This show right here, if you know any of your friends that need some good late night fun, as you saw tonight, stuff, please hit the share button, hit the like button.
Hit it.
We appreciate you more than ever.
Caring.
There you go. But you know, as always, Lee, at some point we've got to hit the end of the track. We're letting the chutes out. Safety Safari is coming to get us, and thank God we are not on fire like Mike Ashley or like John Force from here to Australia. But Lee, buddy, friend, brother from another mother, it's been another great show, man. Even with all the haters and everything else. Hey, let everyone know where they can follow you, even though I just did that, and let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, that's right. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, just search Monday Morning Racer. Maybe do it on the Google. You will find the shades and all the content therewith. Slam and Sam, great show once again. Great to do it from the, let me give a plug, the Texaco parking lot from Meridian, Mississippi.
Yes. So Lee, you be safe. You hit the road. If you need to call me, don't call me. Call Tyrone, like Erykah Badu said. But I'm playing, brother. Call me if you need to. Stay up, be safe, and God bless you, Lee. But yes, everyone, it has been another great Power Hour. If you have any questions, comments, concerns for us, please email us at powerhourcp@gmail.com. I read all those. If you have any questions for Mr. Jeff Aran, Bobby Bennett, or anything like that, powerhourcp@gmail.com. You can listen to all these back on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe to both of our YouTube channels, Monday Morning Racer, Outlaw Performance ENT. Till next week, you guys, just keep loving each other, keep caring about each other, and remember that drag racing is growing. Safe travels again to you, Lee, to Bobby Bennett. Thank you for this opportunity to do what we love to do, and that's yak it up about everything drag racing. And to you guys, have a great night.
In the race for quality, there is no finish line. Jerry Bickle Race Cars is a one-stop chassis shop for drag racing performance parts and race components. For over 50 years, Jerry Bickle Race Cars has been an essential part of racers' plans for building world champion race cars. Our parts department is stocked with every part a racer might need. Log on to jerrybickle.com for more information. We build anything with doors. jerrybickle.com.